the Crime Commissioner of Derbyshire. I'm sure, is that right, Derbyshire?
Yes, that's correct.
And it's my dear friend. I've only met her once, but I feel like we're friends already. And it's Nicolle.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. I'm really happy to be a guest today.
Yes.
And we've known each other for ages at this point, even though we met only once.
It seems like that way.
Yes,
it
indeed.
Seems like that way. And I already love your heart and the connection. We spoke about the Crime Commissioner's role a little, but some of the objectives like diversionary work that we do a lot of. And you're here today to open our second house of multiple occupancy, which I said before, thank you, because you've funded your role, what you're doing with the Crime Commission, has funded us for the second year. And the first year was doing prevention work with young people on the verge of exclusion. The second year funding you gave us was for the housing projects, which we're opening today, the second one, a house of multiple occupancy, which they were very, very bad with antisocial behaviour, which before we took over, and one had been closed. John Whitby opened that last month. But through diversionary work and stuff like community meals, leadership training, media, we have residents in here, and you'll see when we open it. We've not just seen people's lives be stable and move on positively through support planning, but we've seen crime plummet statistically in and around the properties in the area, which is amazing testimony to the partnership work.
Yes, no, definitely. Prevention is a passion of mine. It's really important that we try to get in early, whether that's through diversionary activity, through education in schools, and even through partnerships like yourselves. We need to be doing more of that. In terms of the police and crime plan and my role, part of my role immediately when I got elected in May was to consult the public to understand what they want me to focus on. So we now know that we had the most consulted with consultation we've ever had in Derbyshire, which was an ambition because I really wanted to hear from everyone across Derby City and the county to ensure that the plans for the next 4 years are right and are exactly what the public wants us to be tackling. Some of those themes were, stronger neighbourhood policing. We know people want to see more bobbies on the beat, tackling antisocial behaviour and community safety. So this obviously sits within what we're doing in partnership. Drug dealing, but also drug and alcohol misuse. So substance misuse was something that people were saying, look, we understand that there is an issue with drug dealing, but we also want to know what we're doing to stop that circle of reoffending and substance misuse and the interlinking that has in our society and how that plays out really in our communities.
Exactly.
Residents said they wanted to see us do more around victims and safeguarding, but also they wanted to see us bring more offenders to justice. So that was something that really came out where, that's a strong partnership, isn't it? The criminal justice partners.
Exactly. I like that, Nicolle. And we'll just talk to the people there.
Yes.
I like that because we are exactly on the same page because we have robust interviewing procedures, robust disciplinary procedures, and even eviction procedures. But we also have strong levels of care, support, love, affirmation, community, training, education, development. And you need two. So I think, the cup of tea and a slice of cake policing, some people think, they just, have a cup of tea and give them a biscuit and stuff. But you're saying people want criminals coming to justice, and that's only right.
No, I couldn't agree more with the public. Whilst we don't want to see more and more people in the criminal justice system at all, it's great to do that diversionary early intervention work to prevent that. But it's really important that we do have a criminal justice system that sees offenders brought to justice. And that is important for victims and members of the community to feel that the justice system works. But also when we look at recidivism and reoffending, what we don't want is a system that doesn't also. We don't want prisons to be full. We want people to come out of prison and not reoffend. So we need opportunities out there. And we need to really understand what people are going through and what their challenges are when they do come out of prison to ensure that they can contribute and are given the chances to. Because it's not easy with a criminal record either. So once you've done your time and you've gone through that system, how easy is it for you to go back into society and live the type of life that you would want to live? A life where you're contributing and you're not in prison or you're not always in and out of a custody suite. So we want to give people opportunities. And one of the final things that the public said they wanted us to focus on was serious violence and violence against women and girls. Far too many incidences that we're seeing in our communities, and we need that to change. We need a society where everybody feels safe, no matter where they are, and no matter what time of day. It shouldn't be that it depends on what time of day it is that you feel safe or not. Whether you live in our city, county, village, rural communities, it's just really important for me that we really tackle some of these issues. Now, it's not going to be easy. I'm sure every PCC says that. But, we have a new government in place, so I'm hoping that we can work together with government through policies and legislation to ensure that when those things happen and they translate to Derbyshire, that one, they're translating effectively, but two, we're fighting for our fair share. It's really important that I am vocal about the issues that impact our communities and making sure that we are firmly on the agenda, and the issues that our residents are telling me are affecting them are firmly on my agenda.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm honoured to say and thank you for the funding and therefore support that the Crime Commissioner, your role, has given us, and it's working. And part of it is, Einstein's credited with saying it, but it's not actually him. If you keep doing the same and expecting things to change, it's called insanity.
Yeah, one of my favourites.
There you go. So we need innovation and change, and that's what we've done with these housing projects. We've innovated, we've brought change. If somebody's got too high support needs, we won't take them. If they're on Class A drugs, then they need redirecting into rehab. We don't want to set people up to fail. If people do exhibit any kind of antisocial behaviour, will come quickly with warnings or even eviction, just to keep stable community in our supported housing, but then in and around that project. And through, like I say, the training we've done, the building community, team, affirmation, education, we're not only helping people to move from homelessness to having a supported home with us and moving on, but we've brought crime it's plummeted. Check the stats. PC Coop says, Terry, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because the statistics have plummeted. And PC Hussein, who may be here today, who's so prolific, he's a great community police team leader. They're blown away, because they'd always come to the projects to arrest people or kick doors in or stuff like that, and now they're invited to community meals and presenting awards and working together, and the community police are being seen as community police. So they're friendly and supportive, but if you break the law, you'll get arrested.
But what you're doing here also demonstrates hope. Right? I think in a society where people feel like, well, will it ever change? It feels like it's just getting worse and worse and worse, and the work that you're doing and we're doing together demonstrates that things can get better, and it's possible. And actually, we just have to look at things differently. If we're forever investing at the other side, if we're investing in more prison spaces, but not on opportunities, not on understanding, not on training, not on that early intervention, as I've said, then we're doing our residents a disservice.
Absolutely.
So what all that shows is that actually when we put money in the right areas, whether big or small amounts, when you've got the will around the table, the partnership working, we can make a difference.
100%. And what I liked about the Labour government years ago is they always threw a lot of money. He borrowed to invest, Gordon Brown, and he invested in communities, and he threw money at charities. And therefore, charities, we employed more staff, we helped more people. The people we helped and developed, we got them into employment. And so, like you say, we offered hope, and that kind of model, it was called a FOIA model years ago, where in housing projects you could just get out of bed, get washed, dressed, and boom, you're straight into training and development. So like you say, most people, they've got no hope and a future, but we offer them a hope and a future. Indeed. And allow them to sow into that themselves. So I've got some business plans. I'm going to send it to John Webby soon for new housing project developments in Derbyshire, because we know areas are failing. We know about the clear, hold, build. Well, we've got a successful model now that we've proven twice in the last year in Matlock, in the heart of Derbyshire, that we can translate around. So I'm looking forward to sharing that.
No, definitely. I mean,
I'll send it you as well.
Yeah, please do, because alongside the police and crime plan, which we're launching, that will also come with our usual grants. So in the same way that you got a grant through the Police and Crime Commissioner's office in previous terms and even now, there's still opportunities to do so. We'll have the Safer and Stronger Communities Fund.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Hopefully that will give opportunities to residents and, well, especially organisations in the community that are delivering. And I've obviously mentioned some of the priorities for the residents and the public. So we really want to deliver on that. I want to use the next 4 years to ensure that, we move the dial in some of these spaces and shift the conversation and bring back that hope. Because it's not all lost. And I think we need to be shouting about the good things that are happening, which is why I'm so happy to be here today. Because when we get it right, let's shout about it. Let's do more of it, because, we can do it.
Together, we can do it.
This is it.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for coming. We're going to go now and do the official ribbon cutting ceremony with big golden scissors, not like the ones Derbyshire Dales District Council used in Worksworth. They're the little ones. We think they copied us, but that's the highest form of flattery. They could have borrowed our scissors. So
and next time,
if you was going to greet the community of Derbyshire now and just give them a closing statement, what would you say, Nicolle?
So my closing statement would be that, things are not easy. It's difficult for everyone in one way, shape or form. But I genuinely believe that collaboration, partnership and pulling together, especially when things are difficult, is what's going to be really important, especially around community safety, policing. I really want residents to continue to report incidences that happen. I know sometimes people may feel like, oh, nothing ever comes of it, but it builds a case. It allows us to know where to put resources. So please don't get tired of reporting. It really helps me in my role and the chief as well in terms of the organisation. But I also want you to know that I'm here for you. I'm elected by you to serve you. So please get in touch. My details, my website, my office and team, we are here to serve. Whether that is any questions you may have, any complaints, any issues you may want to raise, really do get in touch. I look forward to hopefully the next 4 years working with you all to ensure that our area is safer for us all.
Thanks, Nicolle. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll put links in below how you can get in touch with Nicolle, our Crime Commissioner. Thank you so much. It's nearly weekend. Have a great weekend. And it's bless you from me, and it's
goodbye from me.
There you go. Goodbye.